Another great thing that I saw this past weekend, which I thought was amazing, and obviously I'm a baseball guy, so we're going to get a little more of a baseball spin today.
Let's do it.
Was Albert Pujols in St. Louis. And if you had the opportunity to watch this, it almost brought a tear to your eye. And for myself, I had the opportunity to play against Albert Pujols for many years, and to be able to see just the ovation that he received coming back, I think for myself, it showed just how awesome St. Louis is as a baseball town, and just how you can still be a little kid when you play the game. I think Pujols' wife said it was one of the greatest things that have happened in his career so far, and it was just a measly home run down 4-0 in the middle part of the game. So I think for myself, just to be able to see this, I never did ever get a curtain call, and this dude right here, he's getting curtain calls every night. So Pujols, man, that was amazing. You're one of the game's best. In my mind, either him or Miguel Cabrera, one of the best right-handed at-bats that I think we'll ever see. But for you guys, man, to see something like this, how magical was that? You know his career is coming to a halt, coming to an end. I think he's got 3 more years left on his contract. But just to be able to see how he came back, there's not an empty seat in the house. And every time he got to the plate, man, people were standing on their feet. That was awesome to see.
Yeah, everyone talks about the fans in St. Louis. What was that experience like for you playing in St. Louis? Could you feel that when you're playing? Like, everyone talks about their knowledge of the game, their respect for the game, how much they appreciate it. Obviously, they showed Albert, who played 10 amazing, maybe the greatest 10-year stretch that we've seen. Maybe Mike Trout's on his way right now, but one of the greatest right-handed hitters ever. What was that like for you when you experienced that St. Louis?
Well, I can only really experience it from another place, not necessarily St. Louis because we only went there as a visitor, but to experience New York City the way that St. Louis is. And in my mind, I'm a little biased. I mean, obviously, I love New York, Mikey. I mean, like, New York is near and dear to my heart, a place that I will always hold very close to myself. So I think just in general, to experience that and to have that relationship with the fans that I was lucky and fortunate enough to have, there's nothing like it. So I can understand what Pujols is going through a little bit when people get on their feet and welcome you back home, because he did so much for that organization. And like you said, I mean, anytime you bring back a living legend almost in the game of baseball, to be able to experience that as from an ex-athlete or even a young athlete, for him to go about his career the way that he has, man, has been so special. Mikey, come on, tell me a little bit more about Pujols, man. How amazing this night was for him.
I mean, it's got to be amazing to walk out there and be like, these are your people. They love you. And you walk out there, and I can't imagine the feeling that you go through as a player if you go back to that team that you played for, and they're like loving the fact that you're like, you're back.
Yeah, you know,
even though you're not.
I got to experience a little bit of that last year at Old Timers Day.
Yeah.
Right? I like to call it more of like just, I'm not necessarily an old timer, maybe like a seasoned vet. You know what I mean? Right?
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.